Today is a fantastic day. We've been waiting for literally for months. And today we are launching our exhibition, which is called Madaraja, or Pont Bridges in English, aiming to connect the creatives in Wales with creatives within the continent. And so over the last few months, they have been doing workshops, sharing tips, knowledge, expertise, collaborating on various things. And now basically we are exhibiting some of the work they've been working on.
We really just wanted to keep open-minded when we approached this brief, and really we wanted to create connections and collaboration between Wales and Africa, essentially. We have commissioned our artists to explore cultural bridges between Wales and Africa. They have interpreted that however they liked. Some are exploring heritage or kind of community belonging. There's a few different themes. It's been quite broad.
We have 15 artists altogether, I'm showing here. Half of those are from Wales and half are from within the continent, within the African continent.
I think one thing that I would like to say is like the Madaraja work did what it meant to do. Like the projects, they were really the bridge that connected us guys from Europe and Africa. And it was so amazing to work together with the friends and creatives that I came to meet, like my countryman Kevin, my fellow Tanzanian friends Fred and Joe, Coco, Jeff, Anna, and Annie Tube from Cameroon, Jesse, and all the other guys I've not mentioned. It was so amazing to work with you and the workshop and all that. It was really bringing us together.
So we weren't prescriptive in what kind of art we were looking for. We went with the idea that traditionally African art is always a mixture of everything. So you don't have painting over here or dance over there. It is the painting and the dance and the performance and the clothes, everything together. So we gave people a pretty free range to do what they wanted, which was a bit, I guess, scary, because you don't know if it's all going to fit together, but it does. And I think that's because we did workshops. So we met online, we discussed different topics, and it came together through the theme and the experience rather than the medium that people use, I think.
Madaraja. You know, a wonderful writer, a Welsh writer said, if you follow a stranger in your city long enough, you'll find out places in that city that you never knew existed. A wonderful friend of mine amplifies this by saying, may we each day live by such maxims that sooner shall two men, two women come together than two mountains. And I think this is what Madaraja is all about. Madaraja. Tonight your skies are covered with moons, stars, and 1,000 drumbeats. We cannot divulge secrets hidden in your pillars. Oh, Madaraja. Voices, languages of exploits, painters, singers, builders. Why do they dance under moonlit skies? Dreams filtering through holes in spider webs, blackbirds flying, singing. I am Bua, the bringer of rain. Ngale, thunder, on raffia we sit, drink palm wine, my basket waters many lands. Kitty, I bring nectar. Ndavi, since the dawn of time I have taken what is mine. Nane, I go after that which was stolen. Tube, my thundering roar shakes bringing down houses, and woe to those who live on thatched roof and stolen things. Abike, I sit beside thrones. Guardian, pamper, memories are waking through cracks in your paintings. Ole Oluwa, 1,000 gods fertilized our lands. Madaraja, tonight your skies are covered with moons, stars, and 1,000 drumbeats, with green, yellow, and red plumage, twigs, leaves, insects on beaks. We glided, crossing back and forth Madaraja, A-Point, Rendezvous Point, with umbrellas and without lovers' meet, brown, red, and blue headscarf blowing in the winds. Yeah, we stood, grinning, refilling our tanks, landing and loading. A boy and a man eating, you see it over there, a boy and a man eating green mangoes, sugarcane. That was Stephen, in blue and white uniform, chewing yellow mangoes, watermelons dripping juices on their chest and biceps. On board, stained yellow, creating gliding stones, umbrellas standing still. On black sands, she rose, holding, balancing her toes, fingernails on railing, Madaraja, gathering dust from Waco, Kilimanjaro, Meru, Mafinga Central, Kengura, Kangula, Mano, Klangolen, and 7 bridges. You know, I can go on and on and on. This was one of the most easiest poems I've ever written because the word speaks. That's why if you see me go, because through this painting, we speak of those who came before us. While you are hearing us, you are hearing them. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and others for coming.
The exhibition was a very good opportunity for me to share my skills to this part of the world and also to get connected to other artists. I learned a lot because I could see how different creative minds can imagine things differently. And at the end of the day, when you and artists meet other artists, you come back more enriched when you're open enough. So I saw it like a forum for learning and sharing what I knew. And I'm very happy with that opportunity anyway. Yeah. I'm African, but now I've been here in Wales for about 10 years, and I feel Welsh more or less. When the idea came up, it just coincided with my mind because my mind was already creating hybrid paintings between Africa and Wales. Painting is a way for an artist to show the world your experiences visually. So this, the project and this bridge really helped me in particular as a person to understand that other people think like me and see how we can make the community like a crucible of different cultures melting together with the intention of, well, getting better as a human race. I think that's the end of it. Yeah. So.
There was a lot of logistics involved in this project. So the last few months have really wrapped up in terms of the organisation. So we had to organise the shipments of works all the way here. We also had to organise and design all of these beautiful carpentry pieces that the works are sat on. Even those took a lot of time. We have these beautiful box structures for the digital pieces, which I think are a really cool way to display things. And yeah, it's really coming together. We've really exploited like digital tools to make this thing happen. And I think pre-pandemic, you wouldn't hear of so many projects like this one where we can have so much connectivity across the globe. We have artists here in Wales, so we have artists in Swansea, Bangor, Wrexham, Cardiff, and we have artists across the African continent in Kenya, Cameroon, Tanzania. And I think it's so amazing to see them all come together. It's so beautiful.
I guess for me, as the project evolved, the bridge wasn't just about crossing over, but a bridge is also a place in itself, a place where you can do things. So we had people who met each other on the bridge and stayed there for a while. We had people who crossed, and we had people who just, I don't know, stood on the side and tried to catch some fish. So a bridge is a place that connects two places, but also a place where you can dwell, move, and do things, a place in its own right.
And I allow the experiences I gather around to be expressed in whatever thing I do. I'm not so conservative as to always make sure that whatever I produce in terms of visual art only relates to Africa. No. I'm quite happy now to outlet any other experience I have around the world to come out like that. Yeah. So my artwork was a visual representation of what I feel inside. Hybrid painting.
You shouldn't have favorites, but one of my favorite artists is Stephen Davy. His paintings are on chopping board. He started thinking very much about nutrition, going back to basics. He wanted to do, I guess, in his words, simple art. So he went, and he's from Mukuru, one of the largest informal settlements in Nairobi, on the slums. So he went into the slums in order to buy the chopping boards on which sellers cut up vegetables, fruit, meat, and then drew people eating on those chopping boards, most children eating on the chopping board. And he also regularly then pays for things like school meals with schools in Mukuru, and I love that a lot, because the material he sources from Mukuru and then he creates value with something that doesn't have value in itself. And he's showing you what he's doing, feeding people through art. So yeah, I like that a lot.
So I think one thing Madaraja did to me and very impactful is supporting my projects that I do. I was born and raised in the slums, of course, so I usually have a school that I support in the slum with fruits, with learning materials, and also pay school fees for one of the kids. So when I got a commission to work in this Madaraja project, it really played a big role in supporting the project that I do. I also got a moment to learn different cultures, different people, different art, how they do, and I also gave my fellow creative like my culture. I taught them my culture. I told them something about how I produce my work, how I do my work, and it was really an amazing experience. So I really want to thank everyone who has participated in this project. All of you SSAP guys, kudos, and all of the creatives, kudos. You guys were so amazing, and it was a really strong feeling like working with you. I really liked it. I enjoyed every moment of it, and I'm looking forward to do more projects with you. That's all, guys. Enjoy your time.
Sub-Saharan Advisory Panel is a network of African communities in Wales that has been running for the last over 10 years roughly, and it was set up by members of the community here who obviously are from within the continent, residing in Wales, working in Wales, and they wanted to have something, an entity that allows them to do things here in Wales, but also having one arm within the continent as well. We have been doing our work within the Sub-Saharan Advisory Panel, looking at international solidarity, if I may start from that angle, and what international solidarity means. So obviously we have charities who are working from Wales, working with partner with other charities within the continent. There is business relations, but creatively, I think across the continent, it hasn't been a lot of those connections. I think we're seeing more maybe musicians, artists coming to Europe or coming to the UK and Wales to perform. But that space really to create where there's an exchange of practices and culture and understanding of one another, and obviously from that actually developing friendship and collaborations hasn't existed in my time in Wales especially, not so much of it. And so this project really, the purpose was to build that connection using a bridge, creating that space of commonality, of understanding one another, sharing, as I said earlier, collaborating. And through this, basically, we are influencing, or at least we are influencing, developing one another. And this creatively has led to this exhibition here today, to which has been a journey, a wonderful journey.
A year of working on a virtual space with artists from Wales, Kenya, Cameroon, and other parts of Africa is a year of intellectual exchanges, bridging gaps and building a home, a safe space for different forms of artwork. With the Madaraja project, it's safe to say the future is bright for different cultures and languages to live peacefully together. It is a solid bridge we can easily rely on.
Most of the artists involved in the exhibition, they will have a sense of confidence in themselves, and they will be able to really be happy and satisfied to know that people are interested in their work. Often artists suffer a lot because they do not know whether or not what they create from within will be appreciated by the world. So I think the Madaraja project has helped artists to have a sense of self-esteem, to know that wherever you are, whatever you do, you can still create a masterpiece, and the world has no option than to listen to that word from an artist. I suffered like that for a long time, but now I know that anything I do, anything I create is a masterpiece. So this project has given artists in particular courage, confidence in themselves, and learning from each other, and a kind of empathy between themselves and collaboration, which has enriched the whole group of artists that were present. Yeah.
And what happens to this show after the 10th piece?
We burn everything. No, we'll go on a tour of Wales, so we'll go to Swansea, to Bangor, to Aberystwyth, and we've also got a smaller version of the show which is going to pop up in Nairobi, Kenya.